So today we're going to head over to Wellness Way to check it out, see the exciting developments that have been going on, and also talk a little bit about why so many people seem to hate it. Alright, so today we are in Wellness Ridge, which is a part of Wellness Way, which is 15,000 acres. And so like over the next 10, 15, 20 plus years, this whole area is set to be developed to connect the two, both from infrastructure to new neighborhoods to new attractions, one of which we've talked about ad nauseum on the channel, which is Olympus. The big difference is now that the apartments are up. Slightly unsafe activity, but my eyes are on the road, guys. I'm turning onto Olympus Boulevard. This is kind of going to be, I guess, the back entrance of Olympus in some way. Once you drive up, you got the Ridgeview community off to my right. These are the apartments that are now in, and eventually I should come out to what will be soon the pathway into Olympus. And so this is also going to be a path. As soon as you go up here, you would be able to essentially go up to a four-way, and that will lead you into the grandness that is Olympus. And I know nobody's going like, you know, hooray, apartments, but it's still some progress from which we haven't seen anything. And really, when I look into multiple different articles in regards to when Olympus construction will actually start, everything is pointing towards next year sometime, with residents moving in, as some of the articles say, in 2025. Now, there will be a neighborhood inside of Olympus, which is going to be by David Weekley is going to be called Reflections at Olympus. And now the sun is hitting my eye, so let me start walking with y'all. But I won't bore you with talking about homes right now. Let's more so focus on what's coming to Olympus, because I don't think I've talked about it enough. Luckily for me, Olympus has this amazing website detailing all the different parts to the project and where they will be, sort of like a directory. So let's kind of go through, starting with the sports campus alone. So we're going to have a Olympus Tennis Center, as you can see here, to include authentic red clay courts. There will be a high-end clubhouse and memberships available, which is really nice. Criterium course, I've talked about this on my Orlando Weekly recaps before. They did do this as well in partnership with a company based out of Daytona for endurance events. You got the Olympus soccer facility, full-scale soccer facility with FIFA compliant pitches. They will have soccer academy programs, camps and clinics, and exclusive events. Also, over to the left, you got the OPI, the Olympus Performance Center. It's going to be basically just an enhancement facility, the way I view it, maximizing elite athlete health and performance, strength and conditioning, sports nutrition, athlete lounge, and content creation center. So they should invite me over once they're done, although I'm not an athlete. You also got the Olympus Multi-Sport Fieldhouse, large-scale multi-sport facility and event center to include basketball course, volleyball course, gymnastics and martial arts studios, climbing center as well. Moving over to the Ice Center, this one really broke the headlines. It's going to be a twin pad facility for ice hockey and figure skating to host high school, collegiate, and professional team trainings and competitions. I'm really excited about the Olympus Arena and what's going to take place there. 5,800 seat multi-purpose arena, broadcast optimized. They do have a partnership with a company that has done things for Fox Sports, NBC Sports, and some other really major sports stations. And I think this is going to bring a lot of eyeballs to the Clermont and the Orlando area. And then really zooming out from the sports campus, you still have the town center, which is sort of going to be in the middle here, where you have the town center hotel. You will have a wellness center, fully integrated approach to well-being to include a community conference center, healthy kitchen, nutrition, theater, technology bar, and more. You do have the Olympus Amphitheater and entertainment area, which is going to be like an outdoor setting right off the lake, which is awesome. You do have a trail system that will be, as they say, an essential part of the overall master plan, as it really connects over to all the different parts of the development. In addition, a special clay trail featuring the same material as the clay roads of Clermont. That's really cool to integrate old into new in some way, and which is kind of why I wanted to point it out in particular. But here's Reflections at Olympus by David Weekley. You'll be right near the action. You can hop off from your house, drive over to the town center, have some food to eat, then head over to the gym. And then maybe if you have a tennis membership, you hop over to the tennis center. If your kids in soccer, maybe you are sending them to the academy program in the afternoon. Really great opportunity, really great builder to be in the project itself. If you want any information on the new homes around the Olympus area, feel free to hit the description and of course reach out, as I'd love to help. Not talked about a ton, but there will be a medical park to feature sports medicine and rehabilitation and urgent care, orthopedic institute, imaging center, and surgery center and recovery suite. Medical is a vital part of any community, no matter how big or small it is, and so to include that I think is great. And then you have the retail and commercial here. But what's also equally as important as the fun stuff, or maybe even more important than the fun stuff, is the infrastructure to make this all possible. A lot of the complaints surrounding this development in the first place is the typical complaints. Traffic is going to be bad for the area. We don't want any more development. Enough is enough. I get that a lot, like hundreds of comments on my Instagram about people just so anti-development, and I get it in some sense. I think a lot of people married the idea of moving to Clermont with reclusiveness, being out the way, less development, just sort of more of a rural type vibe. And certainly it's the first place I came to when I moved to America in general, but to Orlando, and it was surely less busy than it is currently. But the truth is, this and a bunch of other projects in the Clermont area have been in the work for years. So that's a part of the mission statement with this channel. I want to educate you guys on the different parts of Orlando, let you know what's coming to the area, so it can either be attractive to you or it could be a repellent, but you don't buy into something now and then regret it later. But I think when you take the good with the bad, the Olympus and the Wellness Way project, connecting Lake County to Orange County and just making it overall a more cohesive Orlando, I think it is incredible, along with something like Olympus that will have well over a $1 billion economic impact on this part of town. I think that's massive and something to be excited for. Back on the topic of infrastructure, you got Schofield that recently got paved, and so a lot of people now are taking that instead of going all the way down 27 over to 192, going up Avalon, or going up 27 on 50, going down Avalon. You're able to take this as a shortcut for now, but you also have the Lake Orange Expressway, which I've talked about before. You can kind of see right here, but also Hancock is getting extended all the way down here, so you can get up to North Clermont without having to use 27. There are a lot of different networks, roadways, ramps coming to this area to make it easier for people to get around. And so of course it's not going to happen overnight, but once it's actually in, I think a lot of the problems that people complain about now will be much more alleviated. A client of mine came in from Long Island, and he's not looking to buy a primary in Clermont specifically, but we were talking about an investment property, and I talked about a bunch of different areas, and he even beat me to it. But Clermont as an option, and I think it's a great option if anybody is looking for something to hold for an egregious amount of time, because when you come out here and you look at just how much land it is as far as the eye can see, and you know it's going to be developed for better or for worse. You can argue that in the comments, but it's going to be developed and it's going to have a lot of amazing things here. I think it presents a tremendous opportunity when you look at the retail, the medical parks, the increased proximity due to some of the road projects that they are bringing in. This part of Clermont will blow up. I just believe that wholeheartedly. I just don't see how it doesn't.